Welcome back, Sentinels. Welcome back. Another episode of Black Father Sentinel, where we are changing the narrative of how fathers are depicted as well as discussed in today's society. Back with another video for you all. Now, before we jump into this video, let's make sure we take care of all our YouTube stuff. So make sure you like the video because you know it's going to be a hot one. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and make sure you leave a comment at the end of the video so we can interact with each other. And lastly, check out the description at below this video to make sure that you follow me on all the social platforms that I have. Check out the link below. All right. Now, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video. Now, this video I have entitled Be More. All right. Be more. Fathers, this is specifically geared towards us. Be more. Be more of a father. Be more of a man. Be more of a spouse. Be more of a boyfriend. Be more. Be more of a business person. Be more. This is talking directly to us. Now, you might be wondering, like, what you mean be more, man? Be more of a father. I'm already being the best possible father that I can possibly be. Listen, you're not. I'm not. We can always do better and we can always do more, and we should always be striving to be better and be striving to be more. Okay? So you're not. All right, let's be more. Now, you may be wondering, where did he get this title from? Where did he get this concept of being more? I tell you where I got it from. So here's a guy that I've been watching on YouTube. His name is Myron Golden. This dude is phenomenal. He's a business consultant as well as a pastor, and he's based out of Florida. His message is simple. Like, if it's as it relates to business, he can take you from not only doubling your income, but he can 10 times your income, even sometimes 100 times your income, just based off these steps of being more. Okay. So I'm going to break it down to you. Like, if you haven't checked out this guy, I encourage you to check him out. He is phenomenal. He's amazing. He's charismatic. He's right on point. On point. Like, he touched me in every angle. Like, I'm like, dang, I really can be doing more. And so the concept is simple. It's called being more, and there's 3 stages to it, right? So I'll tell you each stage, and then I'll break down each stage so we can know how to do each stage. Okay. So the first stage in being more is to actually be, right? So stage number 1 is be. Being is going to cause you to do. So that's the second stage of the be more process. So you have be, which is going to cause you to do, which is going to translate, which is the third step, to having more. So how does that apply to us as fathers? Once we become more of a father, that's going to require us to do more as a father. And then those two are going to translate to us having these better relationships with our children. Okay. So let's break it down. So what do you mean by be more? Okay. So the be aspect of it and the be more stage is simply imagine being the father that you want to be. I know we all think that we're doing absolutely that we can, and you are. In the current state that you are in, you're doing absolutely all that you can to be that father. But we know deep down inside that we want to be more of a father, right? So how do you become or be more of a father? You have to envision or imagine, right, you being the father that you want to be. Now, if you take me, for example, right, I grew up without a father. I didn't have a lot of examples around me of what a father was. Now, I did have my grandfather in my life, but because he was like 2 or 3 generations removed from me, we really can't relate to each other on like a sociable level, right? Yes, he was a father. He was a father figure. I saw what it was to be a father and a father figure in his regards or from his perspective. Make sure that your family is taken care of financially. Make sure that you have a roof over their head. Make sure that the bills are paid. Make sure that um, you're just involved in doing the best that you can as it relates to him. But he had kids of his own. I was just his grandchild. Still, he was a father figure, and I wouldn't change that for the world. But I'm talking about us that's actually trying to be involved in our children's life. We have to imagine what father that we want to be. If you don't have any examples around you, you have to find them, right? You can go on TV and see a father doing certain characteristics that you like, draw from that. You can walk around in the streets, you may see a father doing something with his child, and you like those characteristics about that father, draw from him. So you basically just have to look around. There's no excuse. There are examples of around you of people that you want to be like as it relates to being the best possible father that you can. Take those pieces, put it together, and imagine the father that you want to be. Now, once you put it all together, imagining this father, that's who I want to be. So, for example, for me, just to break it down even further, I want to be the father that's available for all sporting events, all school events, all any appointments. So whether they're going to the dentist, whether they're going to the doctor, whether they're going to whatever the case may be, I want to be the father that meets the parent if they're doing a play date. I want to be the father that who can possibly coach the son or coach the daughter. I want to have so much time available to me that I'm able to do everything that I can with my children. That's just the father that I want to be. I'm not saying that that's the father that you want to be, but you have to come up with the father that you want to be, and you have to put that together in your mind, like actually see yourself being that father that you desire to be. Again, we're all doing the most that we can in our current state, but we can do more. And if you're aiming and shooting to be the best father, like myself, being the best father that I can possibly be, and that's determined by me, then you know that it's more that you can possibly be doing, right? So that first aspect of being is requires you to use your imagination to create the father that you want to be. From there, that image that you created inside of your head, excuse me, that's going to cause you to do more, right? So let's break it back down to me. So if I want to be this father that has all this available time to be at these sporting events, being at the school events, being at these doctor's appointments, what do I need to do in order for me to get to that level? So for me, entrepreneurship, right? That's the only way I see it. I have to buy back my time. I have to free up my time. And so I have all this extra time to be at all these things that I want to be with my children, right? So I know a 9 to 5 is not conducive to the lifestyle that I want. So what do I have to do? I have to create a business, right? So that's going to cause me to do more. So this imagery that I had in my head of the father that I want to be is causing me to go on, down this entrepreneur path, right? Because I can't see working a 9 to 5 and still being able to be the type of father that I want to be, right? You got to take sick days. Somebody got to tell you when you to take off from work. You may not be able to get to the school if an emergency happened because you're stuck at work. You know, if you don't have any more sick days or no more hours to play with, that you can possibly get fired if you leave. I just don't want to go through that type of stuff. So for me, entrepreneurship or the imagery that I have of being the best father has led me to entrepreneurship. So whatever that is for you, whatever that image is for you, is going to cause you to do something about it in order to get to that image. Does that make sense? Okay. And so by doing more, is going to translate to you having more. So me, again, if I break down and use the example that I've already used, for me, I want to be the best father possible. This is what I envision. Every day I see myself just being the best father like in the world. That's just me. I don't know. That might not work for you all, but that's just what works for me. I want to be there. I grew up without a father, so I don't want my children to ever feel that, like not knowing if that other side of them is going to be there in representation for them. Like your mom is going to always be there. And I apologize to any fathers that's out there that grew up without a mom. That's not my intent to like raise those emotions. But for the most part, or majority of the time, the mom is always there. The dad is not there. However, for me, I didn't have the dad, so I don't want my children to go through that. Okay, so that's why I shoot to be that father that's active, that's engaged, that's present, that knows things in terms of like their social security, their health records. That's just me, right? And so that vision in my mind caused me or led me to creating my own business, right? Via real estate, as well as through this platform, social media, just creating my own business. That's the only way that I could uh, get hold of the concept of being able to create that time that I would like to have for my children. Now, so we have the B, imagine. The imagination is going to cause you to do more. And then those two together is going to translate to you having more. So I look at my relationship right now based off of my imagining what type of father that I want, which caused me to do, which led me down the path of entrepreneurship. I look at the relationship that I have with my children currently, right now. If I just look at all 5 of them, it's actually where I want it to be, and it's constantly evolving. Take my daughter, for instance. We can talk on the phone for hours. She calls me about any and everything. And I just sit there because she's older, right? She's 21 years old. So she's older. My daughter is older. My son after her is 19 years old. And so the relationship that I have with them is totally different than my younger three. But again, with my daughter, I'm able to talk to her at just for hours about anything, about whatever. And I love that because I have the time to do it. I'm not caught up at my job, right? I don't have to sneak off from my job. I don't have to catch a lunch break or call her on a lunch break. I can talk to her at any point in time that I feel like talking to her. And that's just the relationship that we have right now. She needs to, for me to express my love through her vocally or verbally through her. Now, my son, he's different, right? The 19-year-old. I can still talk to him. He mainly wants me to get to the point. My whole point by saying all that is I'm available. I have the time to talk to them. My younger children, right? You got Noah, right? He's 11. He needs me to be actively at his games. He has a lot of sports events that he's attending, as well as I need to be at, as well as his mom needs to be at. My daughter, she does things like dance recital, so I need to be available for that. Available just to simply talk to her, simply picking her up from school. My youngest three, I'm able to pick them up from school every day. With my oldest two, I wasn't able to do that, right? Because I was stuck at a job or whatever the case may be. Now I still work, so that's nothing against the fathers who have these 9 to 5s. That's nothing against you all, right? You just got to figure out a way. And again, it starts in your mind first. Envision or imagine the father that you want to be. That's going to automatically translate to doing more. So just because you have a 9 to 5, that's no excuse that I don't have time. I can't spend it with my children. Um, I'm not available. Once you begin to figure out what type of father that you want to be, like make a definitive stance on it, or you can define it, you can write it out. Like I can tell you, just like I just did, exactly what type of father that I want to be. And because I have that imagery in my head of what father that I want to be, it had caused me to do more, right? And thus the reason that I have these type of relationships with my children, which allows up to me being more or the image that I already see in my head. I know that sounds like a little complicated, but it's really not. We just have to be more. We have to want to be more. So this is to all the fathers out there that they just have this desire, but they just don't know where to begin. Begin in your mind. Begin to put it together of what father that I want to be in my life for my children. Like, don't make any excuses. It's not the woman's fault. She doesn't hold them back from seeing you. It's not your job fault. You can't take any time out. It's none of the above. You have to make a conscientious decision of what type of father that you want to be for your children. And all you have to do is hold on to that concept in your mind. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Like, who are the people that's around you that's supporting that vision, right? So just beginning to put it together inside your head. It all starts with your mind. Put it together inside your head first, and I guarantee you, as you start to paint this vivid picture in your mind, it's going to cause you to do more. You're going to start to notice, and you got to be serious about it, because you're going to start to notice that your actions start to change. You probably no longer hang out with the same people. You probably no longer do the same things that's not pushing you towards that vision. You probably no longer just sit down and watch TV and play around. At that time, you can be spending active time with your kids or be engaging with your kids, right? Because I'll tell you one thing, a lot of fathers think they're doing something because they're actually in the house with the kids, and that's cool. But a lot of times you're in the house, but you're not present. Does that make sense? Like, it's almost like a vicious cycle. Like you're there, you go to work, you come home. If it's your day to cook, you may cook the food. Then you open a beer, watch your favorite TV show, or watch a game on TV. Then you help to put the kids to sleep, and then you wake up and you do the same thing all over again. Without the course of that day, you really have not actually engaged with your children at all. Like, I see it happen on a day-to-day basis. That's why whenever my children are with me, I make a conscientious effort to put everything up. Like, I don't play around on no TVs, no phones, no none of that. Because I want to make sure that I'm actually engaged with them and actually know what's going on in their life. Like, kids have a lot to say, but if you don't give them that platform to speak it, they express it in different ways, right? So all the time that they can be talking to you, engaging with you, they probably spend it on YouTube or TikTok or doing videos or whatever the case may be. But they really want to interact with their parents. They do. And fathers, not specifically for us because we're just half of the equation, but they do want to interact with us, right? They understand that they have a mom side and they understand that they have a dad side. They need that balance. So we have to be present. And so, again, I say all that to say, let's be more fathers. We have to be more. So it starts with imagining, what type of father do you want to be? Okay? Put that together, map it all out. I just explained to you exactly what type of father that I want to be. That's my heart's desire. Map out yours. What is your heart desire to as a father? Like, what type of father do you want to be? Once you have that ideal in your mind, hold on to it. How does it feel for you to actually be being? I know that sounds weird, but how does it actually feel for you to be being that type of father? Okay, that's going to cause you to do more. It's just quite naturally going to happen in these steps. Once you imagine it, it's going to cause you to be more. It's going to cause you to do more. And those two together is going to translate to you having a better relationship with your children. So if you don't know where to begin in your mind. All right. Think the thoughts. What type of father? You don't have any examples around you, you got to pull from somewhere. Let's not use that as an excuse. You watch TV anyway. Look at fathers on TV. You like that characteristic? Pull from it. You see a father out in public doing a great job with his child, his son or daughter? Pull from it. Piece those pieces together, put that puzzle together, and say, that's the father that I want to be for my children. That's going to require you to do more. Being and doing translate to having. So if you want to have that better relationship with your children, you have to be more. And it translates to business too. You want to have that better business, you have to be more. Translate to marriage as well. You want to have a better marriage, you have to be more. You have to be the husband that you want to be. You have to be the wife that you want to be, right? We have to be more. So fathers, this is not a put down against you. This is actually a salute. This is actually helping us. Remember, there are stand-up fathers out there. We're changing the narrative. I know they look down on us all the time, but listen, we don't get a chance to make excuses at all. We have to continue to do what we have to do in order to be more. So again, I salute you all out there. Just another message from Black Father Sentinel. Salute.